His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa chaired the weekly cabinet meeting at Aghdabiyya Palace. The cabinet highlighted the importance of the outcomes of the exceptional joint Arab-Islamic Extraordinary Summit in Riyadh, which was attended by a delegation from Bahrain led by His Royal Highness on behalf of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. The summit called for a comprehensive peace process as the only strategic option to guarantee regional security and stability. The summit further emphasized the importance of the international community to assume all its responsibilities in enforcing the decisions related to the Palestinian cause, including the right of the Palestinian people to establish their independent state with East Jerusalem as its capital. The cabinet commended Saudi Arabia for successfully hosting this summit, led by the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, and supported by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. The cabinet also noted Saudi Arabia's ongoing efforts to support the Palestinian cause and introduce a comprehensive peace process regionally and globally. The cabinet affirmed the importance of the meetings held between His Royal Highness, His Majesty King Abdullah II ibn al-Hussein of Jordan, and the President of Palestine Mahmoud Abbas, which focused on developments in Gaza. The cabinet highlighted Tamkeen's launch of programs aimed at supporting 50,000 Bahrainis annually, headed by the chairman of the Board of Trustees of the Isa bin Salman Educational Charitable Trust and chairman of the Board of Directors of Tamkeen, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa. Tamkeen's programs are based on three main initiatives: supporting new market entrants by creating promising opportunities, ensuring Bahrainis remain the employees of choice within the labor market, and developing the private sector by expanding enterprise support schemes. The cabinet urged all entities involved in the private sector initiative to cooperate with Tamkeen to achieve the program's goals, including increasing citizen salaries in the private sector, and noted the efforts by the Ministry of Labour in this regard. The cabinet directed the relevant government authorities to follow up on the directives and implement recommendations of the National Audit Office Annual Report 2022-2023, noting the role of NAO in cooperating with government authorities and ensuring that public funds are managed according to set objectives. The cabinet then approved the following: a memorandum submitted by the Government Executive Committee regarding the regulation of the social insurance organization's procedures for registering and calculating of service benefits to non-Bahrainis working in the private sector. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Financial and Economic Affairs and Fiscal Balance regarding developments on priority competitiveness indicators. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Financial and Economic Affairs and Fiscal Balance regarding the development of housing services. This follows the implementation of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister's directives that the Ministry of Housing and Urban Planning should bear the Survey and Land Registration Bureau fees for beneficiaries from the Tasheel program through banks who have financed the program. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on a draft resolution approving Bahrain's accession to the Geneva Convention on Road Traffic. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on a draft decision amending the executive regulations of the Commercial Companies Law. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs on a cooperation agreement between the Ministry of Industry and Commerce and the General Secretariat of the GCC. And a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture regarding the acquisition of two properties which will be used for public benefit and urban development. The cabinet then reviewed the ministerial report submitted by the Minister of Interior on the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the 40th meeting of the Interior Ministers of the GCC. The cabinet then reviewed a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Electricity and Water Affairs on the accomplishments of the Electricity and Water Authority during the summer of 2023, which helped to reduce power outages and increase power restoration.